Hi guys, as you may be aware, Star Wars The Force Awakens was released late last year, and with the release came the release of the action figures shortly beforehand, and with the release of the official action figures came the release of bootlegs and rip-offs. Now, I'm here today to talk to you about a specific rip-off of the Star Wars figures, but I'm not actually going to talk about the Star Wars rip-off straight away because it has a little bit of a backstory. I went to Poundworld today and I picked them up. They're in this bag here, but I will explain the story beforehand. Firstly, to start the story off, I will introduce you to these guys. These are known as Alien Power, and they are a rip-off of the Destroy All Humans video game Alien characters. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, this ties into the Star Wars figures that they have ripped off, because they have basically used the exact same body sculpt and basically replaced the heads with new moulded heads based on the Star Wars figures and given them capes. And you may think, well, only Darth Vader's going to get a cape. No, they all get capes. Here's a Stormtrooper, he gets a cape. And, of course, here's Boba Fett, and he gets a cape. So I will open these up, do a little bit of an unboxing, and show them to you. I'll start off with the Boba Fett. The packaging's actually quite nice for pound figures. There are larger scale ones that I found for £5, but frankly, I wanted to make this video, but I don't have that kind of money to spend on what is essentially bootleg figures, so I didn't. Okay, so this actually, wow. This is not exactly what I expected. Okay, so this is Boba Fett, or rip-off Boba Fett. This is actually a line called Galaxy Wars, and it comes to us from the company PMS. And quite nice artwork, but I'm sure they've ripped it off of something, as these companies so often do. I'm just trying to get the gun in his hand. It seems to be very tight fit, but it was with the Alien Power figures until eventually I worked it into their hands, and now it's easy enough. There we go, he has his gun in his hand, and of course they weren't going to sculpt a new gun, so it's literally the exact same mould as that of the Alien Power figures. Quality. This is actually a different quality, I think, to the figures of the Alien Power line. Yeah, the plastics do definitely feel slightly different. Maybe it's just where it's a newer figure. It probably is. But it does feel slightly different. It feels slightly more brittle, maybe, and the joints are tighter. But this is Boba Fett, and you can tell it's Boba Fett because of the rangefinder and the helmet with the visor, which is a weird shape, as it should be for Boba Fett. Although I don't remember in the films Boba Fett having green eyes or a visible face through the visor, but that might be in some of the bloopers. No, of course it is not. This is their own take on the Boba Fett character, trying to not be catched for ripping off the Boba Fett license. And of course he gets Darth Vader's cape because Boba Fett's thinking about becoming a Sith, which never happens in the movies, but hey, it's their own rip-offs, they can do what they want. Apparently in their rip-offs the Stormtroopers want to be Sith as well, because they have capes. Let's have a look at the Stormtrooper next, because I'm sure you all want to see that lovely Darth Vader last, because, trust me, it's so worth the wait. The face of it is just hilarious. So I will just rip this open. I will take the Stormtrooper out. Now, I would have preferred to have got the larger scale figures. I'm not going to lie. But like I said, they're £5, and £5 really, when I can get the official figures for not much more than that, only another £6 odd. No, thank you. But here is rip-off Stormtrooper. Now, they've gone for their own design of the Stormtroopers, and hilarity will ensue, because these Stormtroopers look identical to that of Boba Fett, which, if you watch the prequels, isn't inaccurate, because Boba Fett is officially a clone of Jango Fett that just doesn't age as quick as the other Stormtroopers. So, yeah, Boba Fett is technically a clone or a Stormtrooper. He just becomes a bounty hunter instead, and he's raised as a son of Jango Fett rather than just a clone. So I guess it makes sense that they look the same. It's just a bit odd that they've given that visor of Boba Fett to the Stormtrooper. But you can see the resemblance to the Stormtrooper in that design. Okay, I've left the best till last. Darth Vader, everyone. And this face is just hilarious on Vader. He certainly does have the helmet design of Vader. And of course, Vader's complementary blaster, because he always brings a blaster to a party. It's not like he has a lightsaber or anything. Spoiler alert, he never carries a blaster. He is a Sith Lord and once was a Jedi, therefore he uses a lightsaber. But they decide to give him a massive gun or blaster, so thank you to PMS for giving us the inaccurate weapon. And, okay, it's really the face that does it for this one. I'm giving you a close-up on the face because this is just genius. It's like Darth Vader's helmet, but there's a piranha inside of it. Or his mouth is that of a piranha's. He has a piranha's mouth built into his helmet. I don't know why they did that, probably just to avoid being struck for copyright, but it's still obviously everyone's favourite Sith Lord. But I do really like the face that they went with. It looks like he's really terrified or really confused. It's amazing, and it definitely looks like that of a piranha. But now I'll just show you all of these lovely rip-off action figures together. And you can see there is a clear resemblance. The body is definitely the same as the Alien Power bodies. All that's been done is they have a cape and a new head sculpt. I do appreciate the fact that they each have individual head sculpts, the new line, whereas Alien Power, of course, these version of the Alien Power figures, there were different versions, but that specific mould only had one head sculpt, so it's nice to see some variety. And I will be keeping all of these, just so I can see them and every so often just have a laugh knowing that these things exist. But I would like to thank you guys for watching and see you all next time. Bye!